Hi, coach.
Hi.
We are increasingly seeing our batsmen being quite positive in their approach from the word go, not shying away from giving due punishment whenever the ball is too full or wide, and not leaving as many deliveries as the first three tests. So, has there been an active plan to start strongly, something that Joe Root has successfully managed to do?
I think we've always been looking to score runs. That has been the idea from the beginning of the series. But I think this wicket, why it's happening more is I think this is one of the better surfaces I think we've played on. So that is I think one of the major reasons why you're seeing more shots being played. But otherwise also since the start of this series, I think the idea has been to look to score runs and not get into very tentative mode.
Yes, Venkat.
Yeah, coach. I mean, the conditions have been like very difficult for the batsman as well in the previously couple of series. But at what point, like, do you really have concern about the middle order's form? Because Rahane again had a very low score today, and going forward, there are a lot of what the WTC series we played. Do you think it is becoming a continuously? It is becoming a bad patch is continuing way too long than we actually.
Not at this point. I think, as I've said earlier, also, when you're playing cricket for such a long time, you will have phases where you will not get runs, and that is the time as a team we need to, back them and support them as much as we can. As we saw with Pujara also, I mean, him getting more opportunities and he's come back. He's played a couple of very important innings for us. So we are hoping that Ajinkya also will get back into form and he will, still play major role in Indian team's batting. So that point is not yet. I don't think we have arrived to that point where it should become a concern.
Nikhil Bapat and then Vishesh Roy.
Yeah. Hi, sir. My question to you is how crucial will be Ravindra Jadeja's role tomorrow, considering it is day 5, and we saw that the ball was running, and he got many chances today also, but he could not take wickets. So how crucial will be his role tomorrow if we are obviously we want to win the game? And one question to Molin: any update on Mr. Shastri's RT-PCR test if that has happened?
No, Nikhil, not yet.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I agree with you. Jadeja will play a massive role in tomorrow's game, I think, because the fifth day wicket there is rough outside for left-handers on their offside. So he will play a massive role. He's bowled really well today. I thought he bowled with a lot of control. Last 5-6 overs that he bowled and did create a lot of opportunities. So tomorrow, with a little bit of luck, I think those opportunities will turn into wickets. So yes, he will. He is going to play a very very important role from here onwards, I think. But to pick 10 wickets, I think everybody will have to chip in. He will play a major role, but I think medium pacers will also need to chip in.
Hi Vikram sir. My question to you is how impressed you have been with Shardul's game sense. We already know about his batting ability, but in both the innings he came into bat when the match was hanging on a knife's edge. So how are you impressed with his game sense in particular?
Very impressive. As you said earlier, we all knew that he could bat. He's somebody who works really hard on his batting, and I think his biggest asset is his temperament. The kind of confidence that he carries with his batting and with his kind of body language that he has. So very impressive. I think he's just into his 4th or 5th test match and he's already played I think 3 massive, very very important innings in this short span itself. So that tells you that he has the ability and he can play a big role in Indian cricket in the coming times.
3 more questions. Subayan, Julian and then Rohit Joglan.
Hi, coach. Just wanted to ask how much a miss is the presence of Ravi Shastri and other coaching staff right now in the dressing room, given the situation of the match.
Of course, we are missing them massively. Of course, Ravi Bhai, B. Arun and Sridhar, they've been extremely important part of this setup and they have done extremely well in past 5-6 years and played a major role in the team doing well. But this is what it is. That's the fact. They are not here. So it was in the morning, I think, a bit of distraction. We had a word, we spoke. We decided that we need to focus on what is in hand, which is cricket. So we are here for this series. It's an extremely important series that we are playing in. And today when we came in the morning, it was an extremely important day for us to focus on cricket. So I think the boys did extremely well to not get distracted. There was a potential that we can get distracted from the situation that happened last night. But I think a lot of credit goes to the boys, the way they handled themselves and the way we played as a team.
Yes, Julian.
Sorry, that was really my question as well. I just wanted to know, when did you know that Mr. Shastri was ill?
That was I won't remember the exact time, but that was last night around 8 in the night. He was having little bit of discomfort yesterday, so the medical team decided to go for a lateral flow test, and it came positive, and that is when we all found out that he's positive. And I think the close contacts were identified and isolated, so we'll wait for the medical team to now let us know when they can join back.
Nagraj.
Thank you.
Vikram, could you talk a little bit about Rishabh's batting today? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he seemed to have scored. He started his approach was totally different in contrast to the previous innings on this series. And his first boundary, I think, came on the 53rd ball or something. And how crucial was in the bigger scheme of things? And keeping in mind what has happened so far in the match.
Extremely important, I think. The situation he went in when he was batting in, so we needed a partnership there, and I think he took the responsibility. This was a knock which was a little out of character, as you said. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
So the knock he played was little out of character. He, really approached the inning really well. Played with a lot of discipline. So we all know that he has the ability, and if he can bring in this ability of his into forefront and play differently in different situations, that will do really well for him. He'll do really well for the Indian team as well. So
I was going to ask, did you have a word with him after the last?
I do keep talking to them regularly, actually. So it's not that last time only or this time only, but we keep talking and we keep discussing what his plans are and how he's going to approach the innings. So today also he understood the situation, what the situation we were in as a team and what was required, and to his credit he could do that. He could play an inning, as I said, which was little out of character for him, but that will give him a lot of confidence going forward.
Final question in English and then in Hindi. Subodh Mayure and then Rohit Juglan in Hindi.
Hi Vikram sir, with regards to the earlier question, I just wanted to ask whether Ajinkya is facing any technical issues or is just a mental block?
I think see, when you're playing such an important series like this one, and when you're playing in the conditions which are tough for batting, we are playing against such a disciplined bowling attack which has been bowling really well. So I think as a batting unit, technique is the last thing you should be thinking. This is the time you need to be really looking at what the bowlers are doing, how it's coming off the wicket, and what your game plans are. So I don't think we are looking at technique at this stage at all. There is time and place to work on technique. I don't think that is mid-series or mid-game. So if there are any issues, that can be addressed later when he has time. But at this point of the time, everything that is being discussed is about the game plans, how they approach the innings, what they are thinking when they are playing, and looking to score runs. That's it.
Final one.
कोच रविंद्र जडेजा को 5 नंबर पर बैटिंग कराने को लेकर जो स्ट्रैटेजी दिखी टेस्ट मैच में, उसके बारे में अगर आप थोड़ा सा बताएं, क्या वो एक लंबी प्लानिंग का हिस्सा है या हम उसे इस सीरीज तक देखेंगे, कुछ उसके बारे में बताएं। और एक रोहित शर्मा और चेतेश्वर पुजारा पर भी अपडेट दे दीजिए, वो बाहर थे आखिरी सेशन में।
जी, नंबर 5 पे जड्डू को बैटिंग करवाने का आइडिया था कि लेफ्ट राइट कॉम्बिनेशन, इफ वी कैन ब्रिंग इट इन। दोनों लेफ्ट हैंडर्स हमारे इकट्ठे खेल रहे थे, एक ही 5, 6 और 7 नंबर पे। सो वी वांटेड सम गैप बिटवीन बोथ द लेफ्ट हैंडर्स। सो सिंपल स्ट्रेटेजी थी। जडेजा पिछली इनिंग्स में अच्छे बैटिंग कर रहे थे, ही वाज प्लेइंग विद लॉट ऑफ कंट्रोल। सो एज ए टीम देखना चाहते थे कि हाउ डज इट इफेक्ट्स आवर बैलेंस और मोमेंटम इन द मिडल। और दोनों इनिंग्स में आई थिंक इट वर्कड टू सम एक्सटेंट। जडेजा आज भी एक अच्छी पार्टनरशिप की है उन्होंने विराट के साथ। आई थिंक दे हैड 59 रन की पार्टनरशिप, सो विच वर्कड फॉर द टीम आई थिंक एट दैट पॉइंट। सो वेदर ये लंबे टाइम के लिए करेंगे वो अभी डिसाइड नहीं किया है, बस आई विल टेक इट एज वी गो। रोहित और पुजारा का आई थिंक दे आर गोइंग टू they were going for a scam. Okay, so scan करने जा रहे थे, उसका update आपको I think आ जाएगा when we get the results.